Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in this evening. My name is Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. I am coming to you live from Warren Field in Brookline, Massachusetts. Here to cover some more baseball action, 17 and under baseball action, courtesy of the Lou Tompkins All-Star League. Today we have an A-Division matchup between hosting Brookline and visiting Reading Black. Brookline comes into this with a 2-0 record. Last week they defeated Reading Red by a score of 5-3 in their season opener on the road. And then yesterday they played here at Warren and defeated Muddy River by a score of 6-1. So today they are returning to Warren, although technically, because this game was supposed to take place in Reading, I think technically Reading Black is going to be the home team today, so Brookline will bat first, and Reading will bat in the bottom of the inning. The reason for that is, originally this game was going to take place at Washington Park in Reading, the same place where Brookline faced Reading Red last week, but because of all the bad weather we've had, and because apparently the field at Washington Park doesn't do a good job of absorbing water, we're playing it here. They requested to not play at their own park, but I think technically on the scoreboard, Reading Black is still going to be the home team. So a little weird, to say the least, but, you just go with it as it goes. Got to be adaptable. If there's one thing I think we've all learned over the course of trying to get sports together over the course of 2020 and 2021, it's how to be adaptable to the circumstances. So as Reading Black finishes up the last of their warm-ups, let's take a look at the lineups for these two teams. Starting with Reading Black. Leading off for Reading Black, the left fielder, number 4, Matt Walsh. Batting second, the shortstop, number 1, Charlie Benjamin. Batting third, the center fielder, number 12, Logan Belizos. Batting cleanup, the first baseman, number 11, Colin Murray. Batting fifth, the right fielder, Yanni Andrikopoulos. Batting sixth, the pitcher, number 5, Jack Ramo. Batting seventh, the second baseman, number 9, Brian Beneke. Batting eighth, the third baseman, number 8, Thomas Gallegos. And then batting ninth, the catcher, Edward Sanfey. That is your starting lineup for Reading Black. A couple jersey numbers I wasn't able to get, and I didn't necessarily get the names of the guys coming off the bench, so if we have any late-game substitutions, I might be at a bit of a loss there, but I'm going to do the best with the information I have. Certainly better than yesterday when it was such a rush job. I didn't quite have the Muddy River roster until about the second inning, so already we're looking better. In the meantime, let's take a look at the lineup for the, I guess, the hosting away team, we should call it, because it does look like, as you can see, the Brookline players are getting ready to take to the plate here in the top of the first inning. But in the meantime, here's the Brookline roster. Leading off for Brookline and playing center field, number 11, Brage Golding. Batting second and taking the mound for Brookline today, number 10, Eli Rothman. Batting third, the shortstop, number 0, Andrew Silverman. Batting fourth, the extra player, number 12, Daniel Villa. Batting fifth, the first baseman, number 6, Jack Martell. Batting sixth, the right fielder, number 16, Jake Levin. Batting seventh, the third baseman, number 9, Sam Polgreen. Batting eighth, the catcher, number 14, Nady Kessler. Batting ninth, the second baseman, number 3, Donnell O'Neill. And batting 10th, the left fielder, number 54, Ryan Kravitz. So that is your starting lineup for Brookline today. Golding in center field, Rothman on the mound, Silverman at short, Villa the extra player, Martell at first, Levin in right, Polgreen at the hot corner, Kessler behind the backstop, O'Neill at second base, and Kravitz out in left. And for Red and Black, you have Walsh out in left, Benjamin at short, Belazos in center, Murray at first, Andrikopoulos in right, Ramo on the mound, Beneke at second, Gallegos at third, and Sanfi behind the plate. Should make for a pretty good matchup. As I said, Brookline comes into this with a pretty good 2-0 record. They're coming off a nice, well-rounded win against Muddy River, led by a stellar pitching performance from Martell. He went 6 1/3 innings, gave up no hits and only 3 walks while striking out 6. He did end up being credited with an earned run after he left a runner on base after leaving the mound, and then that guy eventually came around to score. Golding was the one who finished things out on the mound. He pitched the last .2 innings, gave up 1 hit and 2 walks, allowed 1 inherited runner to score, but ultimately was credited with no earned runs and finished the job. Offensively, it was classic Brookline small ball in that one. No extra base hits for Brookline, but they still put 6 runs up on the board. So we'll see what the two teams are able to do today. Once again, I'm Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan, coming to you live from Warren Field in Brookline, Massachusetts. Red and Black comes into this one with an 0-1 record as they fell to Medford 6-4. Of course, Medford, the defending Lou Tompkins A-Division champions, who actually defeated Brookline in the finals 4-1 last year. That was after a marathon of a game against Reading Red in the semifinals. Went, I think, about 12 innings. And was a heck of a game. And of course, what's interesting about this year's Brookline team is just about all of the main heroes from that spectacular run and that spectacular win over Reading Red. They've all aged out of the game. Jasper Reed was the one who hit the ground rule double that drove in what would be the winning run. He's aged out. He's graduated from Brookline High. Rocco Shorgy, who scored the game-winning run, same thing. He's aged out. Owen Roach, who got the win on the mound after 3 shutout innings of relief, he's aged out. Caleb McGrath, who started that game on the mound, he's aged out as well. All those guys, plus Aiden Chin, literally the top 5 hitters on the Brookline roster, all aged out after last year. So they're literally starting with an entirely different top half of the lineup. And since a lot of the guys they've moved up are guys who were members of the team last year who just batted in the back half of the lineup, now you've got new guys in the back half of the lineup too. It's an entirely new roster for Brookline. But credit to them. They're taking it in stride. They're off to a 2-0 start to the season. This game originally slated to start at 5:45. Got a bit of a delay here. I don't see any officials around, so we might just be waiting for the officials to show up. So while we wait for this game to get underway, I'm going to take a short mute break, but I'll be back once the action is ready to get underway. Stay tuned. All right, folks, we have an update. It seems that the reason this game has been delayed is because they didn't have any officials scheduled for today. Some kind of a logistical mix-up here with the league, and they didn't have any umps at all. So what they did is they went over to the next field over. You can see as I turn my camera, that game over there, younger age game. They went to that game, which had 2 umps slated for it, and they asked if they could borrow one. And as you can see, the ump meeting with the head coaches, they got one. I'll tell you what. It's not the year 2021 if you're not dealing with some kind of a logistical nightmare when trying to put a sporting event together. You think, okay, we've gotten, towards what seems to be, fingers crossed, towards the back end of the pandemic. People don't have to wear masks. We can start allowing some fans and all that. And you think, okay, the logistical nightmare is over. Nope. Always something else popping up. So hopefully this game will be starting off soon between Brookline and Reading Black here in this Lou Tompkins All-Star League 17 and under A Division matchup. For any who are either just joining us or missed my first read-through of the rosters, I'll just go through them quickly one more time as we get set for the start of this game. For Reading Black, number 4, Matt Walsh out in left field. Number 1, Charlie Benjamin at shortstop. Number 12, Logan Belazos in center field. Number 11, Colin Murray at first base. Yanni Andrikopoulos in right field. Number 5, Jack Ramo on the mound. Number 9, Brian Beneke at second base. Number 8, Thomas Gallegos at third base. And then Edward Sanfi at catcher. As you can see, Reading Black now getting ready to take the field. In the meantime, for the Brookline roster, number 11, Brage Golding in center field. Number 10, Eli Rothman on the mound. Number 0, Andrew Silverman at short. Number 12, Daniel Villa, the extra player. Number 6, Jack Martell, the first baseman. Number 16, Jake Levin, the right fielder. Number 9, Sam Polgreen, the third baseman. Number 14, Nady Kessler, the catcher. Number 3, Donnell O'Neill, the second baseman. Number 54, Ryan Kravitz in left field. So you can see Ramo warming up on the mound. As they get ready to face the Brookline hitters in the top of the first inning. We're almost underway, folks. You've all been so very patient, and I'm proud of you all. But looks like there's going to be some baseball soon. And that throw down to second by the catcher, Sanfi, signals that we're about ready to get underway. Leading off for Brookline, the center fielder, number 11, Brage Golding. Jack Ramo, the first pitch of the game, and it's fouled to the backstop. That'll be strike 1. Golding didn't have his best day at the plate yesterday, went 0 for 4 with a strikeout against Muddy River as Ramo delivers the 0-1 pitch. And he smacks this one right to the shortstop. The throw to first. He juggled it. He's safe. Golding reaches on the E3. As the first baseman Colin Murray juggled it, and now with a runner on first and nobody out, up at the plate is the pitcher, number 10, Eli Rothman. Takes the first pitch in there for strike one. Now, some of you looking back here might be like, where's the umpire? Well, he's standing behind the pitcher. Because again, he's coming from a younger game field as this pitch comes in and comes in high for ball one to make the count 1-1. And at those younger games, you often have an ump behind things, and so they didn't grab the guy with the mask from the other game as they throw back to first to try and catch Golding no dice. So the umpire with the mask who can stand behind the plate is over at the other field, and this was the best they could get. Golding takes off on the throw. It's low. The throw down to second, not even close to in time, and Golding successfully steals second, and that'll also be ball two. So Brookline already with a runner in scoring position, and a 2-1 count to Rothman. The pitch from Ramo catches the high corner for strike two. Rothman had a very nice day yesterday. He finished 2 for 3 with a strikeout, 2 stolen bases, 2 runs scored, and 2 RBIs. 2-2 pitch, and he slices it to the backstop to stay alive. The 2-2 again from Ramo, and he fouls it in my direction off the tree behind me, but fortunately didn't hit me, and more importantly, didn't hit the equipment. And even more importantly, Rothman stays alive. Count still 2-2. Ramo delivers. That one comes in high, and the count is now full. So full count to Eli Rothman. Brage Golding stands at second with nobody out. Pitch, and he slices this one high, and it looks like it's going to go out of play down the third base side. So another foul ball as Rothman has fouled off 3 of the last 4 pitches to stay alive here with a full count. Pitch from Ramo, and he smacks this one. Good contact into center, but the center fielder comes in and catches it, and Golding's going to be caught on the pickoff. Golding got aggressive there, and a little too aggressive. It looked like nice contact, but ultimately hung in the air for too long. A nice catch and pickoff play in center field. Now batting the shortstop, number 0, Andrew Silverman. He hits a hard grounder. It's deep in the infield, fielded by the shortstop, thrown to first, and they got him in time. Murray that time didn't juggle it. And so Brookline ends up going down in 3 hitters. A nice catch and pickoff out in center field by Logan Belizos. And another nice fielding at shortstop by Charlie Benjamin. The inning goes reach on error, a steal, a line out to center followed by a pickoff for a double play, and then a 6-3 ground out. Now as Brookline takes the field, Eli Rothman takes to the mound. He'll be facing the first 3 hitters of Red and Black. That'll be the left fielder, number 4, Matt Walsh, the shortstop, number 1, Charlie Benjamin, and the center fielder, number 12, Logan Belizos. So 2 of the guys who came up with the big defensive plays last inning. And they'll be trying to get something done on offense here. You can see Rothman warming up with his catcher, Nady Kessler. While around the bags, we have Jack Martell at first, Donnell O'Neill at second, Andrew Silverman at short, and Sam Polgreen at third. Around the outfield, we have Ryan Kravitz in left field, Brage Golding in center, and Jake Levin out in right. No score here as we get ready for the bottom of the first inning. Now as the warm-ups come to an end, coming to the plate for Red and Black, the left fielder, number 4, Matt Walsh. Rothman delivers his first pitch. Comes in low for ball 1. One-0 count. And Rothman delivers. Down Broadway that time, that'll be strike 1. Rothman sets. The 1-1 pitch. That one just misses low. That'll be ball 2. Again, a very unique situation as you've now got umps. The ump is staring in from behind the pitcher's mound instead of behind the plate. The 2-1 pitch is slapped hard and up the middle. That's going to go into center field. And Matt Walsh leads things off with a single here in the bottom of the first. Now batting, nobody out and a runner on first. The shortstop, number 1, Charlie Benjamin. Walsh leading off from first. Rothman, the pitch. I think they said that one caught the low corner for strike 1. And now the runner's taking off. This pitch comes in low. Kessler juggles it and just manages to get a throw off, and it's wide. Wouldn't have been in time anyway. So Matt Walsh moves himself into scoring position. Now the 2-1 pitch. Swung on and missed, and that'll be strike 2. 2-2 the count to Benjamin. Rothman winds and fires, and he hits a chopper over to short, fielded by Silverman, thrown to third. Did they get the tag? They got him! A great play by Andrew Silverman and Sam Polgreen applying the tag. So a 6'5" fielder's choice. Walsh is tagged out at third, and now with 1 out and a runner on first, coming to the plate, the center fielder, number 12, Logan Belazos. He slices the first pitch over the backstop. That'll be strike 1. So a nice defensive play there by Brookline. If Silverman had decided to play it safe, they could have had 1 out but a runner on third. Instead, it's 1 out and a runner on first, and that's a big difference. Rothman the pitch. The runner's taking off again. This one comes in. Kessler gets the throw away quicker, but not in time. So we have our second steal of the inning. We've seen 3 steals between the two teams through this first inning, and all 3 have been successful. Pitch from Rothman. Misses just low. I believe that's going to be ball 2. 2-1 the count. Rothman checks the runner at second and delivers. Swung on and missed. And actually, that's strike 3. I lost count there. So that second pitch, the one that Benjamin stole on, was actually a strike. And so that pitch there was strike 3. Belazos goes down swinging. Now batting 2 outs and a runner on second, the first baseman, number 11, Colin Murray. First pitch catches the outside corner. That'll be strike one. Benjamin still leading off from second. Pitch. Swung on and missed. Got him with the off speed there. Murray was way out in front of that one. And the cleanup hitter for Reading Black now in a deep 0-2 hole early in this at bat. Now the pitch. This one comes in high for ball one. Rothman checks on Benjamin in second. The 1-2 pitch. That one comes in outside for ball two, but well covered by Kessler. Kessler's got an important job now with a runner on base. Anything gets by him, and that's a free trip to third. The 2-2 from Rothman, and he slices this one over the backstop. He stays alive at 2-2. Rothman stares in, checks the runner, and fires. That one comes in high for ball three. Murray working the count here, and he's got it full. Full count, 2 outs, and a runner at second. Scoreless here in the bottom of the first. Payoff pitch from Rothman, and he fouls it down the third base side. It skips over the Brookline dugout and out of play. So a couple of big foul balls by Murray to stay alive in this at-bat. Another payoff pitch from Rothman. That one catches the corner for strike three. A daring pitch to the outside corner by Eli Rothman. I mean, that was a close pitch. That wasn't like right down Broadway, obvious strike call. That was a close one. He decided to be aggressive, paint the corners, and he got the strike call, and he got Murray looking. So Reading Black strands a runner at second base. Walsh led off with a single up the middle and then stole second, but was tagged out at third when Benjamin grounded into a fielder's choice. A nice 6-5 throw from Silverman to Polgreen. And then Belizos and Murray had back-to-back strikeouts, so although Benjamin stole second base, he was stranded at second base. Scoreless through one here at Warren Field in Brookline, Massachusetts. Reading Black's pitcher Jack Ramo takes back to the mound. He'll be facing the 4, 5, and 6 hitters for Brookline, that being Daniel Villa, Jack Martell, and Jake Levin. Brookline hitless thus far. They've had one base runner due to a reach-on error. And they'll be hoping for a better result here, starting with the extra hitter, number 12, Daniel Villa. First pitch hits the high corner for strike one. Villa yesterday went 1 for 2 with a walk, a strikeout, and a run scored. And this time he hits a grounder. It's going to go through, not quite through the gap, but also could not be collected by Beneke. And that's going to be an infield single. I mean, technically, since it hit the glove, you could call it an error, but I didn't think he was going to reach that one. I can't give an error on a nice hustle play like that. Beneke gave his best effort. I give an infield hit to Villa on that one. Nicely placed grounder. So now with a runner on first, up comes the first baseman, number 6, Jack Martell. As Ramo throws back to first to check Villa, he knows the base runners have been aggressive for both teams so far today. First pitch to Martell, and he slaps this one over the first baseman's glove and into right field. And Villa tripped. Oh, he thought it was caught, and now he's going to be tagged out at second. Another base running blunder for Brookline. Oh, I was so busy following the ball, I didn't realize what happened. All of a sudden, the Brookline bench was just screaming. And so instead of runners on first and second, possibly first and third, instead it is just a runner on first with one out. The first pitch to Jake Levin comes in high for ball one. And I think what happened was Villa thought that Murray had come down with the catch on that liner, as this pitch catches a high corner for strike one. I'm not sure what kind of work Murray put in to try and sell that one. But sell it he did. And now this pitch, and they got a throwback to first. Nothing doing there. I think that pitch was called a ball. I think it's 2-1. Ramos sets. Pitch to Levin, and he hits a high grounder, fielded by the pitcher himself, thrown down to second for one, and they can't get to first in time. So a 1-6 fielder's choice. Martell is out at second. Levin now stands at first with 2 outs, and coming to the plate for Brookline, the third baseman, number 9, Sam Polgreen. First pitch to Polgreen, in there for strike one. Polgreen, the last game, he was 1 for 2 with a walk and 2 RBIs. Pitch comes in high for ball one. So weirdly enough, Brookline has already had 3 base runners thrown out at second base through the first 2 innings, as this throw goes back to first and Levin gets back in time. Golding got picked off after the line out to center by Eli Rothman. Villa got thrown out at second after being tricked on the single to right by Martell, as Polgreen swings and misses on this one. And then, of course, Martell thrown out at second on the 1-6 fielder's choice. So Brookline's getting base runners. They're just all getting caught when trying to advance. Levin now taking off as this pitch comes in high for a ball. It's going to be a close play, and they say they got him. So Levin is caught stealing second. All 3 outs of that inning at second base. That's unbelievable. We get an infield single to second by Villa, then a single to right by Martell, but because Villa thought the first baseman had made the catch and that it had not gone off the tip of his glove, he dove back to first, and as a result, he was easily thrown out at second base. Jake Levin then grounded into a 1-6 fielder's choice, with Martell being thrown out at second. And then with Sam Polgreen at the plate, Levin was caught stealing second. So second base is seems to be the bane of Brookline's existence early in this one. Still scoreless through 1.5. Eli Rothman returns to the mound for Brookline, and he'll be facing the 5, 6, 7 hitters for Red and Black. That'll be Yanni Andrikopoulos, Jack Ramo, and Brian Beneke. Rothman was able to take care of business in the bottom of the first, thanks in part to a nice defensive play by Andrew Silverman and Sam Polgreen, and then back-to-back strikeouts by Rothman himself. Throw down to second, and we're done warming up. We're ready to get the bottom of the second inning underway. Leading off for Red and Black here in the second, the right fielder, number 31, Yanni Andrikopoulos. First pitch from Rothman is sliced foul down the first base side and towards the tennis courts. But probably got... Oh, it actually went into the courts. It went through the trees and into the tennis courts. That's funny. 0-1 the count to Andrikopoulos. This pitch is hit. It's a grounder. Fielded by Polgreen. The throw to first is going to be close. No, they say he's safe. They say Martel was pulled off the bag. They either say Martel was pulled off the bag or they say that the throw was not in time. Either way, whatever it was spurned on by great speed from Andrikopoulos. I have to give him an infield single on that one. Now batting the pitcher, number 5, Jack Ramo. First pitch catches the low corner for strike 1. So back-to-back innings with leadoff singles for Red and Black as Andrikopoulos leads off from first. He throws back to first and not in time. Andrikopoulos, of course, back this year from Greece. And so far, Red and Black has got to be happy to have him back as he takes off for second. Or no, he doesn't. He hesitates and pulls back. You're not going to see that a lot. But I think he saw the high fastball coming from Rothman, which was ultimately called a ball. And he decided it was not a good situation. He's taking off again, and this time it's swung and it's fouled towards the third base side. Polgreen's chasing, but it's out of play. So a 1-2 count. Red and Black clearly going for the hit and run here. The 1-2 pitch. And he got a piece of it and fouled it to the backstop. One and two, still the count to Ramo. Andrikopoulos leads off from first. He's taken off a couple of times already, and he takes off again. This pitch comes in high and outside. Throw down to second is not in time. Yanni Andrikopoulos is too fast. Now the 2-2 pitch to Ramo. Comes in high, and they say he didn't go. Full count to Ramo, runner at second. Nobody out here in the bottom of the second. Pitch. Catches the high corner. That'll be strike 3. Eli Rothman with 3 strikeouts already through 1 1/3 innings of work. Now coming to the plate, the second baseman, number 9, Brian Beneke. And now he's going to throw back to second. Not in time. He certainly caught Andrikopoulos off balance, but they know how dangerous he is on the base paths. He's already got an infield single and a stolen base. Pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 1. The 0-1 to Beneke. Swung on and missed, and that'll be strike 2. Caught him chasing the low ball there. Rothman doesn't work the lower parts of the zone all that much. He likes to keep his pitches up a lot. But he got Beneke chasing that time. The 0-2 pitch. That one comes in high, and that'll be... This one comes in high for ball 3. Seems I only missed 1 pitch on that disconnect, which is nice. I've missed much bigger plays during internet issues. Full count, the payoff pitch. Comes in high, and Beneke works a walk. Now, next up, the third baseman, number 8, Thomas Gallegos. Runners at first and second with 1 out here in the bottom of the second. Pitch. Hits the high corner for strike 1. Again, Rothman working that high part of the zone. Rothman checks the lead runner and delivers. Swung on and missed, and that'll be strike 2. So again, a quick 0-2 pitcher's count for Rothman. The last time he had that, he threw 4 straight balls afterwards and allowed Beneke a free trip to first base. He checks Andrikopoulos and delivers. High and inside that time. That'll be ball 1. That's the thing about Rothman. He doesn't have a lot of movement on his pitches, so he's got to rely on really good control and placement. And that time he gets him. Strike 3 swinging. And that'll be the second out. Now batting, the catcher, number 12, Edward Sanfey. Seems Red and Black has 2 number 12s on their roster, both Belazos and Sanfey, as the first pitch misses outside for ball 1. So, Red and Black just keeping things perfectly confusing. 2 players with the same jersey number. Rothman, the 1-0. Swung on and missed. That'll be strike 1. I think Sanfey might have thought that was an off-speed pitch that would drop, but not a lot of drop on that pitch, and he ends up swinging under it. 1-1 the count. Pitch. Comes in high again. That'll be ball 2. So again, Rothman likes coming in high. He likes mixing up the heat and the changeup for, the change of speeds. And he really likes painting those high corners. 2-1 here. High again, and that's going to be ball 3. Again, not a lot of movement on his pitches, so he's really got to rely on the trickery of changing up speeds combined with some really nice placement of his pitches. Right now, he's got a 3-1 count to Sanfey with 2 runners on and 2 out here in the bottom of the second. The 3-1. He slices it foul and out of play. Only 1 ball has been put in play this inning, and only 3 total for Red and Black so far. Now the pitch, the runners are going, he slaps it. It's a bloop single to left, it's going to drop in, and Andrikopoulos is going to score. And Sanfey's got himself an RBI single to left. It was a full count with 2 outs, so of course both runners were running at the pitch. And that gave Andrikopoulos an easy path to score as Red and Black takes the 1-0 lead. Now we're back around to the top of the order with the left fielder, number 4, Matt Walsh. And he slaps a slow roller over to first, fielded by Martel, tossed to Rothman, tags the bag, and that ends the inning. So the 3-1 groundout ends the second inning, but not before Red and Black gets on the board. An RBI single to left by Edward Sanfey drives in Yanni Andrikopoulos. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan, live here at Warren Field in Brookline, Massachusetts, and I'll be back with the third inning of this game after a short mute break. Stay tuned. Hello and welcome back to Warren Field in Brookline, Massachusetts. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan bringing you live coverage of this Lou Tompkins All-Star League 17 and under A Division contest between Brookline and Reading Black. In the bottom of the second inning, Reading Black got on the board with an RBI single by Edward Sanfey, and they now lead Brookline 1-0. Now we are here in the top of the third. And the first pitch from Jack Ramo is high for ball one. To the first batter for Brookline this inning, the catcher, number 14, Nady Kessler. Second pitch catches the low corner for strike one. 1-1 the count to Kessler. Pitch, and he slices this one foul to the backstop. That'll be strike two. Kessler went 1 for 2 yesterday with a walk, a strikeout, a run scored, and an RBI. So he had a nice day from the bottom of the batting order, or at least the lower end of it. Now this pitch comes in inside for ball two. 2-2 the count. Two-two pitch. Just a bit outside. Count is now full. Kessler showing off that patented Brookline plate patience. And now the payoff pitch from Ramo. And he slices this one foul over the backstop and stays alive at 3-2. Payoff pitch again, and he taps this one into shallow center just beyond the infield dirt, and it's caught by Beneke. So score that one, a pop out to second. And now with one out and nobody on, up comes the second baseman, number 3, Donnell O'Neill. First pitch to O'Neill is outside for ball one. It's the 8, 9, and 10 hitters for Brookline here in the top of the third. Pitch from Ramo comes in high for ball two. So Brookline about to head for that coveted second time through the lineup. The 2-0 pitch. Sliced foul. Of course, Reading Black got to their leadoff hitter last inning for the last out, that being Matt Walsh, but that was in the second inning, so Reading Black a little bit ahead in their batting order against Brookline, as well as on the scoreboard. This one is also sliced foul along the first base side. 2-2, now the count to O'Neill. Pitch, and he smacks this one into the dirt and behind the plate for another foul ball. O'Neill with 3 straight fouls. Count remains 2-2. Ramo winds and delivers. And he gets contact again and fouls it down the third base line. O'Neill has hit 4 straight foul balls. 2 straight foul balls with a 2-strike count. He remains alive at 2-2. Another pitch from Ramo, and he slices it foul over the backstop again. 5 straight foul balls for Donnell O'Neill. 2-2, still the count as Ramo delivers again. And he slaps this one into the field to play this time, fielded by the shortstop. Benjamin throws to first, and Murray's got it for the 6-3 ground out. So some nice fortitude at the plate by, oh wait, that was Nady Kessler. Oh shoot, now it's Donnell O'Neill. How far behind am I right now? Oh, I forgot, that's why. Oh, I'm so silly. My apologies. Now at the plate is Donnell O'Neill, and he takes the first pitch to the inside corner for strike one. What happened was Polgreen didn't get to finish his at-bat in the second inning, and I completely spaced on that. The 0-1 pitch to O'Neill goes outside for ball one. So the first at bat that ended in a pop out was actually Polgreen. The second at bat that ended in a 6-3 ground out was actually Kessler. And this pitch comes outside for ball two to O'Neill. Now this pitch misses low and away. That's a 3-1 count to O'Neill. I feel like I've just got to reinforce who's at the plate because I screwed things up so royally up to this point. 3-1 pitch, and he slices it high. Looks like it's going to be in play or maybe slightly in foul territory, but either way, caught by the third baseman, and that's going to end the inning. So the 7, 8, 9 hitters for Brookline go down in order, pop out to second, ground out to short, pop out to third. And as we get ready to go to the bottom of the third inning, the score is still Reading Black 1, Brookline 0. Rothman returns to the mound for Brookline for his third inning of work. He'll be facing the 2, 3, 4 hitters for Reading: Charlie Benjamin, Logan Belazos, and Colin Murray. Last inning, an RBI single to left by Edward Sanfie drove in Yanni Andrikopoulos for the first run of the game. So now we get ready to start the bottom of the third. Leading off for Reading Black, the shortstop, number 1, Charlie Benjamin. His last time up, he grounded into a fielder's choice where Matt Walsh got tagged out at third base. First pitch to him here, and he golfs a grounder foul down the third base line. The 0-1 skips in the dirt, and that'll be ball 1. Skips past Kessler, but no damage since there are no runners on. One to nothing, Reading Black leads Brookline here in the bottom of the third inning. 1-1 the count to Benjamin. The pitch from Rothman. He slices it foul to the backstop. 1-2 now the count. This pitch is also sliced to the backstop, so 3 foul balls on 4 pitches to Benjamin, and the count remains 1-2. The 1-2 pitch again from Rothman, and another slice to the backstop. 3 straight foul balls and 4 in 5 pitches by Charlie Benjamin. Meanwhile, off and out of play, we can see Brian Beneke playing catch with the catcher, perhaps warming up for a relief outing at some point today. Another 1-2 pitch, and this one skips in the dirt for ball 2. So Benjamin's battle to stay alive in this at-bat starting to bear fruit as he has gotten ball 2. 2-2 pitch is skied out into right center. It's being chased and ultimately caught by the right fielder, Levin. Golding was calling for it, but Levin was ultimately closer to it. And I'm just happy no one collided there. That could have been dangerous. But instead, a harmless fly out to right results in the first out of the inning. And now batting, the center fielder, the center fielder, number 12, Logan Belazos. First pitch to Belazos comes in high for ball 1. Belazos, his last time up, struck out swinging. And you know he wants a better result off Rothman this time. The 1-0 is in there for strike 1. 1-1 the count. One pitch comes in high for ball 2. Two one, swung on and missed, and that'll be strike 2. Count is 2-2 to Belazos. Rothman winds and fires, and he skies this one. It's into right center again, and this time Golding calls for it, and he's got it. So back-to-back flyouts. Not bad contact, just a little too much air under those ones. And so 2 outs and nobody on. And now coming to the plate, the first baseman, number 11, Colin Murray. This first pitch skips in for ball 1. Murray, his last time up, struck out looking and stranded Benjamin at second base. This time he's got nobody on and 2 outs. The 1-0, and he skies it into the outfield again. Golding kind of misjudged it, but he's going back and he's underneath it. So 3 straight flyouts to the outfield. 2 to right center and 1 to dead ahead center. And that'll end the 3rd inning. The score after 3, Reading Black 1, Brookline 0. I'm Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan, coming to you live from Warren Field in Brookline, Massachusetts. And I'll be back with the 4th inning of this contest after a short mute break. Stay tuned. And I'm back. My name is Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. I'm here at Warren Field in Brookline, Massachusetts. Here to bring you live coverage of this Lou Tompkins All-Star League 17 and under A-Division matchup between Brookline and Reading Black. Leading off for Brookline here in the top of the 4th inning is the left fielder, number 54, Ryan Kravitz. First pitch from Jack Ramo comes in high for ball 1. Next pitch swung on and missed, and that'll be strike one. Reading Black leads Brookline 1-0 after 3 innings of play. Brookline trying to knot up the score. Kravitz swings and misses again, and that'll be strike two. The 1-2 pitch comes in high for ball two. Kravitz, one of the smaller members of the Brookline roster, so he certainly has a smaller strike zone. As the 2-2 pitch comes in, and he manages to reach out and foul it over the backstop to stay alive. You know, that's the thing. The shorter hitters can give pitchers some real fits. And he smacks this one out to left, and it's caught by the left fielder. And so that'll be the first out as we cycle back to the top of the lineup with the center fielder, number 11, Brage Golding. Golding swings and misses hard at the first pitch. That'll be strike one. Golding, his last time up, he reached on an error, but would later be picked off at second base. This one he skies, and it's going to go over the backstop for another for a foul ball. 0-2 the count. The 0-2 from Ramo comes in high for ball one. The 1-2 pitch comes in high again, and that's ball two. The 2-2 comes in just high again, and that's ball three. Count now full. Ramo the pitch, swung on and missed, and that'll be strike three. So Golding manages to fight to a full count, but can't finish the job. He goes down on strikes. 2 down and nobody on for the pitcher, number 10, Eli Rothman. Rothman, his last time up, he lined out to center in what turned into a double play as Golding got picked off at second base. Pitch. Swung on and missed, and that'll be strike one. The 0-1 pitch is sliced to the backstop. That'll be strike two. Brookline offense, through a combination of bad luck on the base paths and some nice pitching by Ramo, haven't been able to get much going, but this one is slapped out to left, and it's going to drop in front of the left fielder. That's going to be a clean single for Rothman. Now coming up with a runner on first and 2 outs is the shortstop, number 0, Andrew Silverman. Silverman, his last time up, ground out to short to end the first inning. As the first pitch comes in high and outside for ball one. Yesterday against Muddy River, Silverman was 0 for 3 with a walk, a strikeout, and a stolen base. As this throw goes back to first, but Rothman dives back in time. The 1-0 pitch comes in high, and they thought about throwing down to first, but decided against it. Both teams have been pretty aggressive on the base paths, and it's worked for the most part for Reading Black, but Brookline has had a lot of bad luck. This one's a grounder towards the gap, fielded by the shortstop, thrown to first, and they get him in time. Another 6-3 ground out for Silverman ends the top of the 4th inning. We are officially halfway through this game here at Warren Field in Brookline, Massachusetts. My name is Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan, and as we get ready to go to the bottom of the 4th, the score remains Reading Black 1, Brookline 0. Rothman back out on the mound, and it's not like he's had a bad outing. Just 1 run allowed through 3 innings of work. But right now, if results don't change, he would be on the hook for the pitching loss. Due up for Red and Black in this inning will be Yanni Andrikopoulos, Jack Ramo, and Brian Beneke. Same order that was due up in the bottom of the second, which ultimately led to the game's only run. And of course, that only run was scored by Andrikopoulos, who reached on an infield single and then later came in to score on a single to left by Edward Sanfey. Of course, with that 2-out situation and with a full count to Sanfey, Andrikopoulos was going on the pitch from second base. And that allowed him to score on the single to left. And now Andrikopoulos returns to the plate here in the bottom of the fourth. The first pitch from Rothman is outside for ball 1. One and 0. The pitch is fouled down the right field side. And that'll be strike 1. I'll tell you, if there's anyone on either side that you want to keep off the base paths, it's this guy. I've only seen him on the base paths once, but that's really all I needed to see. He's got some real speed as this one comes in high for ball 2. The 2-1 pitch. Catches the outside corner for strike 2. Again, Rothman liking to paint that outside corner. And now he's got a 2-2 count to Andrikopoulos. Pitch, fouled to the backstop, and he stays alive at 2-2. 1-0 still the score. Red and Black leads Brookline here in the bottom of the fourth. The 2-2 pitch from Rothman. Swung on and missed, and he gets him swinging. Andrikopoulos goes down on strikes. Big first out here in the fourth inning. Now coming to the plate, the pitcher, number 5, Jack Ramo. Ramo, one of those rare players, much like Brage Golding, they bat lefty but throw righty. Pitch from Rothman comes in high and inside for ball 1. Of course, I myself also, when I was younger, batted lefty and threw righty, but I was definitely not anywhere near the talent of these young men. There's a reason I'm calling the games. This one is skied, and it's going to stay in the infield. It's being tracked by Silverman, and he's got the can of corn there for out number 2. Two quick outs here in the bottom of the fourth, and now coming to the plate, another lefty hitter, righty thrower, and that's the second baseman, number 9, Brian Beneke. He drew a walk his last time up, but ultimately would get stranded as that one skips across the dirt for ball 1. One and 0 the count. Rothman winds and delivers. That one catches the zone for strike 1. The 1-1 pitch Misses just outside, ball 2. The 2-1 pitch. He gets him looking on that one for strike 2. 2-2 now the count. The 2-2 pitch from Rothman comes in high for ball 3. Count is now full to Beneke. Will he work another free pass, or will Rothman be able to send Reading Black down in order? The payoff pitch. And he fouls this one over the backstop, and he stays alive with the full count. Pitch. Misses just outside, and that's going to be another free pass for Beneke. He's done a very good job with his plate patience thus far today, and now coming up with 2 outs and a runner at first is the third baseman, number 8, Thomas Gallegos. Gallegos went down swinging his last time up in the bottom of the 2nd, and he'll be hoping to put one in play here. Pitch. Misses outside. They think about the throw, but decide not to throw to first. Again, both teams have been very aggressive on the base paths, so whenever anyone gets to first by any method, instantly they're in the pitcher's heads. 1-0 pitch comes in high and inside for ball 2. 2-0 the count to Gallegos. Rothman winds and delivers, swung on and missed, and that's strike 1. That's another one of those pitches where it comes in a little slower, so batters think it's going to dip, and then it just doesn't, and then they just end up swinging underneath it. Pitch. Catches the outside corner with the heater again, 2-2. You know, again, it's not like Rothman has the fastest pitches or the craziest ball movement. He's just very good at subtly mixing up his speeds and placing the ball well. Not that one, though, as that one comes in high and inside for ball 3. Full count, 2 outs, and a runner at first. Runner going. And this one's fouled to the backstop. Full count and 2 outs. Everyone knows that Beneke is going to be taking off on the pitch. Rothman, the payoff pitch again. Swung on and missed, and that's the inning. Another strikeout swinging. And that ends the 4th inning. The score after 4, Reading Black 1, Brookline 0. I'm Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan, happy to bring you live coverage of this Lou Tompkins All-Star League 17 and under A Division contest. If you like my broadcasts, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit that like button. And feel free to comment in the live chat. I love to see the audience engagement at any level. If you want to help stay up to date, aside from just subscribing, you can also follow me on social media. Links to my Facebook and Instagram accounts are in the description of the video. If you want to make any special requests, coverage of a game, or perhaps a highlight package for your favorite team or favorite player, you can reach out to me for those special projects via my email address, jgms88@gmail.com. That is also in the description of the video. But through 4 here at Warren Field, the score is Reading Black 1, Brookline 0. A nice pitcher's duel between Reading's Jack Ramo and Brookline's Eli Rothman. I'm just going to take a second and count the number of strikeouts that Rothman has here. He had 2 in the first, 2 in the second, and 2 in the fourth. So 6 strikeouts through 4 innings of work for Eli Rothman. And again, it's kind of like subtly deceptive. Like, it doesn't look like much, and you look at these batters and you're like, he's just throwing straight pitches. Like, how do you keep missing? You know, it kind of reminds me a little bit of Koji Uehara back when he was the closer for the Red Sox during that magical 2013 season. You know, he didn't have the craziest movement or the fastest ball, but, you know, just subtly worked his placement and made things happen. But now Brookline back on offense, and leading off is Daniel Villa, who takes the first 2 pitches high for balls 1 and 2. Villa, his last time up, led off the top of the second with an infield hit, but this time he pops it foul. It's being chased by Murray. He can't quite catch it at the fence. So it'll be a 2-1 count to Villa. As I was saying, his last time up, he led off the top of the second with an infield single to second base, but then was thrown out at second as he got a little confused on a line drive single to right by Jack Martell. He thought the first baseman had caught it, so he dove back to the bag and ended up getting thrown out at second. That pitch comes in high for ball 3. The count is now 3-1 to Villa. And the 3-1 pitch comes in low and away for ball 4. Villa goes down to first for the second straight time today. And now coming to the plate, the first baseman, number 6, Jack Martell. Martell, his last time up, like I said, he had a single to right, but Villa was thrown out at second in the confusion. This time he slaps it, and it's caught on the liner by the shortstop. No confusion there as Villa tags up. Now up at the plate is the right fielder, number 16, Jake Levin. Levin, his last time up, grounded into a fielder's choice to the pitcher as they throw back to first for Villa. Brookline has had 1 runner get to second base so far today as this pitch comes in and misses just a bit inside, I believe, for ball 1. The 1-0 pitch is sliced foul over the backstop, and that'll be strike 1. Brookline has had 3 base runners thrown out at second base, including Villa and the current batter, Levin, who was caught stealing second to end the second inning. They've had 1 base runner reach second base, and that was Brage Golding, and then he got picked off on a lineout. As another throw back to first, and Villa gets back safely. Pitch to Levin, skips in low and is collected by Sanfie behind the plate, and Villa decides not to go. That'll be ball 2. Two and one, the count to Levin. Villa goes on this pitch, swung on and missed, strike 2. Villa going down to second, it's going to be close, but he slides in safely. Throw is just a little off the mark from Sanfie down to Beneke. But a successful steal for Brookline, and now they have a runner in scoring position. Pitch to Levin comes in high for ball 3. Count is now full. Villa stands at second base after the steal. And, umpire stops the action so they can wipe off home plate. Of course, with the umpire, again, being in this weird situation where he's behind the pitcher instead of behind home plate, it's not going to be him who's going to wipe the plate clean. Ramo, the payoff pitch, is sent foul over the backstop again, and Levin stays alive. Brookline with a runner in scoring position for just the second time today, here in the top of the 5th inning. Pitch from Ramo. Reaches out and fouls it again. Levin battling here with the full count. 1 out here in the top of the 5th. His team down just 1 run. 1-0 the score. This is where the tension that makes us all love baseball so much comes in. The payoff pitch again. He swung on and missed, and that's going to be strike 3. Levin battled, made it a lengthy at bat, but just couldn't get a positive result out of it. 2 outs now, and with a runner at second, up comes the third baseman, number 9, Sam Polgreen. He slices the first one foul to the backstop. That'll be strike 1. Polgreen, his last time up, well, he ended the top of the second as Levin was caught stealing while he was at the plate, and then he led off the top of the third and popped out to the second baseman. He now faces an 0-1 count. Ramo the pitch. Contact here. It's a grounder over to third, fielded by the third baseman. Gallegos throws over to Murray, and he catches it for the 5-3 ground out to end the inning. We are now through 4.5 here at Warren Field, and the score remains Reading Black 1, Brookline 0. The pitchers' duel endures. Brookline manages to get a runner to second base for just the second time today, but they leave him stranded. It was a walk by Villa, a pop out to short by Martel, or closer to a liner, actually, really, a liner to short by Martel. Villa stole second during Jake Levin's at bat, but then Levin went down swinging, and then Polgreen grounded out to third to end the inning. So again, the 2-out RBI hit by Edward Sanfie still remains the only scoring play thus far, Yanni Andrikopoulos having scored the game's lone run. As you can see, Nady Kessler, the catcher, needed a little time to come back out, as we've got a new pitcher on the mound for Brookline. This is number 2, Charlie Engelman. He takes over for Rothman after Rothman finishes 4 innings of work, 1 earned run, and 6 strikeouts. They move Kravitz over to right field and Villa over to left, which tells me they've moved Rothman over to the extra hitter position. And I'm not quite sure what that means for Levin. But just a slight bit of shuffling of the outfielders, as Engelman, the reliever, will get ready to face the top of the Reading order. It'll be the 9, 1, and 2 hitters. Correction. It'll be Edward Sanfie, Matt Walsh, and Charlie Benjamin. Sanfie again representing the only hit to drive in a run thus far, and one of the 2 members of Reading's roster to wear the number 12. I mean, hey, listen, this is New England. I love the number 12 as much as the next guy. Still, there are limits. Engelman with his first pitch catches him inside for strike 1. A nicely placed inside heater that sufficiently fooled Sanfie. Not sure if it was a strike because he went around or because it caught the corner, but either way, 0-1 the count. Engelman the 0-1. This one is fouled over the backstop and into the tennis courts, but thankfully doesn't hit anybody. And that's just one of the risks when you play tennis at these Warren Field courts during a game day. The 0-2 comes in low. That's going to be ball one. Next pitch gets him swinging for strike three. Engelman off to a very nice start to his relief outing as he gets his first batter down on strikes in 4 pitches. Next up is the left fielder, number 4, Matt Walsh. Engelman the pitch. Hits a hard grounder towards the gap, fielded by Silverman. Long throw to first, not going to be in time. Walsh, the infield single to short. And so now a runner at first with 1 out. Now coming to the plate, the shortstop, number 1, Charlie Benjamin. First pitch to Benjamin is fouled over the backstop for strike 1. Benjamin, his last time up, flew out to right center to lead off the bottom of the 3rd. And before that, he grounded into a fielder's choice that had Walsh get tagged out in the bottom of the 1st. Now facing an 0-1 count against Engelman. This pitch, he skies it. It's going to stay in the infield. It's being tracked and caught by O'Neill. Or actually, no, that's Levin. Levin has moved to second base, so it's O'Neill who, I guess, subbed out. It's 2 outs now. And up at the plate is now the other number 12, the center fielder, Logan Belizos. First pitch from Engelman. Runner goes, stumbles a bit. Quick throw down to second by Kessler, but skipped in a little too high. They couldn't quite make the tag. Close play that time as Walsh kind of stumbled on his takeoff. Not sure what that first pitch was, but it doesn't matter as this one's blooped out to left and tracked out in left field by Villa, and that's going to end the inning. Bottom of the 5th ends with no score. A nice instant relief effort by Charlie Engelman. I mean, at this level, you see plenty of relievers come in. They haven't had as long of a warm-up. They weren't necessarily prepared to pitch today. They knew the possibility, but it was not a certainty. And so they come in, and they come in with the jitters, and they're missing the zone. But Engelman came in aggressive. He, pitched to the zone, pitched to contact, and he got out of that inning pretty fast. Through 5, the score remains Reading Black 1, Brookline 0, and we've now got a pitching substitution for Reading Black. This is Brian Beneke taking over for the starter, Jack Ramo. We'll have to see if there are any other defensive substitutions. It looks like they may have also made a defensive substitution at third base. It looks like number 14 is now playing third instead of Gallegos. Meanwhile, everything else seems to have remained the same. Oh, why? Because they moved Gallegos to second to take Beneke's spot. So as you can see, it looks like Beneke brings the submarine or sidearm pitch. Hard to say exactly what. It looks like a submariner to me. So this is going to be very interesting. It's going to be a very interesting to see how the Brookline hitters adjust. He's going to be facing Kessler and possibly O'Neill. I think O'Neill might have been subbed out, but I'm not sure. And then Kravitz. First pitch to Kessler is outside for ball 1. Nady Kessler, his last time up, he grounded out to the shortstop in the top of the 3rd inning. Now the 1-0. Misses outside again, and that's ball 2. So this is what I was talking about when compared to Engelman. Engelman was attacking the zone, which I just don't usually see when I see relievers coming in at this level. I mean, nobody specializes in being a relief pitcher at this level, and there is an art to it, as this one is a high bouncer, fielded at third by 14, thrown to first, and barely collected by Murray for the 5-3 groundout. Throw was slightly off the mark on the running throw by number 14, but Murray made a nice grab right on the baseline for the 5-3 groundout. And now batting, I believe, is Engelman. First pitch is inside for ball 1. So Charlie Engelman, the relief pitcher, up against Reading's relief pitcher, Brian Beneke. 1-0 the count. Pitch comes in outside for ball 2. 2-0 the count. Pitch comes in low. That's going to be ball 3. So again, Beneke struggling to find the zone. He's thrown 6 pitches so far. Only 1 has been a strike. Now the 3-0. That one hits the zone for strike 1. 3-1, the count to Engelman. Pitch, and he slaps this one. Oh, what a catch by Murray! A stellar catch on the liner by the first baseman, Colin Murray. And so again, some bad luck for the hitters as they are now down to their last out of the 6th. Ryan Kravitz at the plate. He swings the first pitch. That's going to be strike 1. Not sure if he got a piece of it or if it just got away from the catcher. Brookline still trying to get on the board. They trail Reading Black 1-0. Pitch, and it's a kind of a check swing dribbler, and it's almost like a drag bunt placement. He makes the infield single. I'm not sure you could have placed that much better. That was something else by Ryan Kravitz to get the infield hit. That was almost like those drag bunts you hear about when lefties try and bunt down the first base line. They try and pull all 3 fielders, and he almost pulled all of them. So now with 2 outs and a runner at first, Brage Golding is at the plate. Pitch, and he slaps this one. It's going to go high, and it's being tracked out in center field, caught by Belizos, and that's going to end the inning. We're through 5.5, and the score remains the same as it's been for quite a few innings now. Reading Black 1, Brookline 0. Some nice defense by Colin Murray. Really can't be understated there. I mean, if that ball goes past him, then that's a clean single for Engelman. And then if Kravitz follows up with that weird infield single, then Engelman at least gets to second. Maybe tries to go for third. Probably not, but at the very least you have runners at first and second with just 1 out. And so then Golding flies out. And then you've still got runners on first and second with 2 outs for Eli Rothman, who is one of the most reliable hitters on Brookline's roster. But that said, because Murray made that very nice catch, I mean, I'm not saying that directly saved a run, but it potentially did. We go now to the bottom of the 6th. Engelman back out. And he'll be facing the 4, 5, 6 hitters for Reading Black, starting with Colin Murray, and then following with Yanni Andrikopoulos, who thus far has scored the only run of this game, and then the original starting pitcher, Jack Ramo, though I think they may have subbed him out, so I'm not quite sure who's going to be taking that at bat. It might be number 14, and I think it is. I see him with a batting helmet on the bench. So that's going to be number 14, who unfortunately I do not have a name for. If perchance there are any Reading fans watching this one, feel free to let me know who number 14 is. In the meantime, stepping up to the plate is Colin Murray. First pitch from Engelman, swung on and missed. That'll be strike one. Might have been a bit of a sinker ball there, although it might have been a changeup. It was hard to tell. Next pitch, and he slaps it high and into shallow right, caught by 11. So a pop out to second and another quick out for Engelman. He's been doing very well in this relief effort thus far. Now up is Yanni Andrikopoulos. First pitch in there for strike one. He's 1 for 2 thus far with an infield single, a run scored, and a strikeout. The 0-1. In there again for strike two. Engelman continues to attack. It's like he refuses to throw outside of the strike zone. Now the 0-2 pitch. And swung. He's got contact. It's going up the middle. Fielded by Silverman. Desperate throw to first. He made it a play, but not in time. Another infield single for Andrikopoulos, although just barely in the infield. That almost went to the outfield grass. That felt like it could have just as easily been a single up the middle. One out, runner at first, and now at the plate is number 14, as the first pitch catches the low inside corner for strike one. The 0-1 pitch. Catches the outside corner, strike two. Engelman again just bringing the aggressiveness even after giving up a hit. Runner taking off, and it's a hit and run. The grounder over to short, fielded by Silverman, thrown to first for the out. They throw to second for a bit there, just to see if they can pick off Andrikopoulos, but couldn't do it there. But either way, second out off the 6-3 ground out, and now at the plate is the relief pitcher, number 9, Brian Beneke. First pitch, in there for strike one. Beneke has not had to put a ball in play yet. He is 0 for 0 with 2 walks. Andrikopoulos at second, 2 outs. Pitch, in the zone again. It's a 100% strike percentage for Engelman this inning. Now the 0-2. Swung on and missed. Third strike is dropped, and Kessler applies the tag. Or no, they say he got a piece of it. So Beneke stays alive. Engelman the 0-2 again. That one comes in high and inside. 1-2 the count. Engelman checks the runner and delivers. Runner takes off. They're going to throw down to third, and they got him. A little too aggressive on the base paths was Andrikopoulos. And a nice throw by Nady Kessler. Nice tag by Polgreen. And that ends the 6th inning. Last chance now for Brookline, as they're getting ready to come up for the top of the 7th and final inning of regulation. They trail Reading Black 1-0 in what has been an absolute pitcher's duel. All the pitchers involved thus far have done a very nice job. You've got Reading Black starter Jack Ramo, Their reliever returning to the mound, Brian Beneke. And you got Brookline's pitchers, Eli Rothman, and then the reliever, Charlie Engelman. And it'll be Rothman leading off for Brookline as we got the 2-3-4 hitters due up. That'll be Rothman, Andrew Silverman, and then Daniel Villa. So the heart of the Brookline order, and if you want to get things started, this is where you want your batting order to be in crunch time. But we'll see if they can do anything with it. The top hitters haven't exactly been able to getting anything on the board. Nobody has. Rothman, his last time up, he singled to left, but was ultimately stranded at first base. And so he's 1 for 2 thus far. Silverman is 0 for 2 with a pair of groundouts to the shortstop. Villa has an infield single and a walk. So some results here and there, but the timing just hasn't been there. Nobody's been able to bring them in. Leading off for Brookline here on the top of the 7th will be Eli Rothman. First pitch is in there for strike 1. Rothman, the starting pitcher, he will be on the hook for the loss if they cannot change the result here. He threw 4 innings and gave up 1 earned run. The 0-1 just misses ball 1. Rothman now effectively in the extra player position after the defensive change. Not that that matters now. This pitch is inside for ball 2. You can hear the Brookline dugout bringing the noise here in the game's final inning. Pitch from Beneke. Oh my gosh, they hit him in the face. And they're going to let him get looked at. That, oh my God, you could hear that. Oh man. Oh, you never want to see that. I mean, Rothman was just eager to trot down to first, so he seems okay. We certainly hope he's okay. But you never want to see that. I mean, I'm sure the ball player that he is, he's just happy to get a free pass to first. But, you know, for all us concerned citizens here, I'm sure we are hoping that his health is okay. So after this, you know, brief break to check on Rothman, due up will be Andrew Silverman, who is 0 for 2 thus far today with a pair of groundouts to short, and he'll be trying to move the runner along. And it looks like they've cleared him. I think that is still Rothman. I'll see when he turns around. That might be a pinch runner. Oh, yeah, no, they're still looking at Rothman. This is a pinch runner. That's my mistake. The pinch runner is going to be Brage Golding. Golding, we know, is one of the speedier base runners. There's a reason he's the leadoff hitter. And he already has 1 stolen base today. You know, like I said, we certainly hope that Rothman is okay. You know, certainly hope nothing that he has to deal with tomorrow. As of course, Brookline returns to action for their 3rd game in as many days. Back here at Warren Field tomorrow, they'll be hosting Acton at 5:45. Unfortunately, I will not be able to cover that game. I have a doctor's appointment tomorrow. I won't be able to make it. But should be a good game regardless. But for right now, for Brookline, the focus is on this game in this moment. As it looks like, no, Golding is not going to run for Rothman. Rothman has been cleared to come back out. Or has he? No, that's Declan Tracy. And the reason being is that Coach John Busey doesn't want this to be some kind of a substitution because Brage Golding is already in the regular lineup. And so he brings in one of the backups, Declan Tracy, number 71, to run for Eli Rothman. So once again, at the plate now is the shortstop, number 0, Andrew Silverman. And Beneke steps off the rubber to check on Tracy at first. Beneke now sets and delivers. Swung on and fouled to the backstop by Silverman. Pitch. Catches the inside corner for strike 2. Silverman quickly in an 0-2 hole. Top of the 7th. No out, 1 on. Score is 1-0 in favor of Red and Black. The pitch, and he fouls it to the backstop. Tracy was starting to take off, a bit of a delayed steal, but ultimately it was fouled. And so Silverman stays alive, and Tracy stays at first. Oh and 2, still the count to Silverman. Beneke checks on Tracy at first. Now sets and delivers. This one comes in high for ball 1. Credit to Sanfi. He was trying to do some framework there, but the official didn't bite. 1-2 the count. Beneke delivers. Swung on, and it's a high bouncer foul down the third base line, caught by Coach Busey. And Silverman remains alive at 1-2. Beneke now steps off the rubber to take a second. Doesn't even throw. Now he sets the 1-2 pitch, and he hits another grounder foul. Silverman battling here. He has 4 foul balls thus far. 3 of them have come with a 2-strike count. Beneke now sets another 1-2 pitch. And he reaches out and slaps it high into right field. It's being tracked and caught by Andrikopoulos. And that's going to be the first out of the inning. Now coming to the plate with 1 out here in the top of the 7th is the extra player turned left fielder, number 12, Daniel Villa. Beneke sets. Pitch. That one comes in low for ball 1. Silverman did a nice job battling in that last at bat and was hitting kind of defensively. He reached out and managed to get a piece of that one, better than going down swinging, but ultimately it was caught out in right field by Yanni Andrikopoulos. This pitch comes in outside, and the throw back to first is also off the mark. 2-0 the count. Tracy leads off from first. 1 out here on the top of the 7th. Brookline trails by 1. Tracy takes off, swung on, and I think they're going to say he got a piece of it. So Tracy again has to go back to first, as it's now a 2-1 count to Villa. They were trying for a bit of a hit and run there, but nothing doing. And now a quick throw back to first. They had Tracy off guard there, but throw just wasn't in time. 2-1, still the count. Beneke delivers. They say that one caught the high corner for strike 2. And that was a borderline pitch, but a really nice bit of framework by the catcher, Edward Sanfey. A very important strike there. 2-2, the pitch, and fouled off the catcher's leg. And that's where you say, thank God for the leg pads that catchers have to wear, as Villa stays alive with a 2-2 count. Pitch from Beneke. He hits a grounder. It's past the first baseman, fielded by the second baseman, who's covering. And no, he wasn't on the bag. An infield single for Villa. And now there are runners at first and second. Runners at first and second, 1 out. And now coming to the plate is Jack Martel. What happened on that play was Murray went for the ball, and it went past him. It was fielded at second by Gallegos, and Beneke had to come over and cover first. He covered first just a little too early. The timing was just a bit off, and so Beneke's foot slipped off the bag just because of his continued momentum. And as a result, his foot was off the bag when he caught the ball. And as a result, Villa was safe at first. So we've got Declan Tracy, the pinch runner for Eli Rothman after Rothman took a pitch to the face. He stands at second. Daniel Villa at first. 1 out here in the top of the 7th. Brookline just needs 1 run to tie this game and keep it going, but they are 2 outs away from losing. Stepping in is the first baseman, number 6, Jack Martel. Pitch from Beneke. Swung on, and it's a high bouncer back to the pitcher. Fielded by Beneke, juggled a bit, thrown to first, and no, they juggled it! Another error. Throw was a bit off the mark by Beneke. It was a tough grab for Murray, and he juggled it. And so now the bases are loaded, and the tying run is on third. And the go-ahead run is on second. Now we've got a meeting at the mound with the bases loaded and 1 out. Coming to the plate will be the right fielder turned second baseman, number 16, Jake Levin. Does Levin have some offensive heroics in him here? Beneke the pitch. He slices this one foul over the backstop, and that's going to be strike 1. The 0-1 comes in high. That's going to be ball 1. One and one, the count 11. The pitch swung on and missed, and that's strike 2. 1-2, the count 11. His last time up, Levin went down swinging, and he's hoping to put a ball in play here, maybe bring in the tying run. The pitch swung on and missed, and that's a big second out for Reading. Last hope for Brookline now. Bases loaded, 2 outs, down by 1, and it'll be the third baseman, number 9, Sam Polgreen. Beneke, the first pitch, swung on and missed. That'll be strike one. This is it, down to the final out. Bases loaded of a one-run ball game. The 0-1. Low and inside, that'll be ball one. 1-1, the count to Polgreen. He had an RBI single yesterday. Can he bring in a run here? The 1-1. Outside, ball two. If I'm not mistaken, I think Polgreen also had a bases-loaded walk yesterday, and that would be just as effective here. The pitch. He slaps it out to left. That's going to drop in. This game will be tied. And a runner's coming around third. He's going for home. Brookline has the lead. Sam Polgreen delivers. Tracy and Villa both score, and Brookline goes up 2-1. What a clutch hit by Sam Polgreen. And now up at the plate is the catcher, Nady Kessler. First pitch to Kessler, swung on and missed, and that'll be strike one. So the script has been flipped in an instant. Beneke the pitch, and that hits him. Kessler gets a free pass to first, and the bases are loaded again. Now coming up to the plate will be the relief pitcher, who is currently on the hook for the win, and that is Charlie Engelman. We have a meeting at the mound, but they're going to stick with Beneke. Charlie Engelman, just his second at bat. He batted last inning and popped out to first. Or lined out to first, I should say. He almost had a hit. This one gets away from the catcher. The runner's coming in. A play at the plate. And they say they got him. Jack Martell thrown out at home. And that ends the top of the seventh. Brookline has switched from 3 outs away from losing to now 3 outs away from winning. They lead 2-1. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan, coming to you live from Warren Field in Brookline, Massachusetts. I'll be back with what is now the bottom of the seventh of this ball game after a short mute break. Stay tuned. And I'm back. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan, live at Warren Field in Brookline, Massachusetts for the bottom of the seventh inning of this exciting Lou Tompkins All-Star League 17 and under A-division matchup between Brookline and Reading Black. Brookline just flipped the script on Reading thanks to some big-time heroics from Sam Polgreen. A 2-run single flipped it from a 1-0 Reading lead to a 2-1 Brookline lead. And now It is switched from the last chance for Brookline to the last chance for Reading. And right now, I'm just hoping that my tech holds out. According to my laptop, I only have about 10 minutes of battery left, so right now I'm just hoping that Engelman makes quick work of things here as he faces Brian Beneke, the first hitter. His first pitch is high for ball one. Engelman hasn't been throwing a lot of balls this outing. He's been hitting the strike zone pretty frequently. The 1-0 is fouled to the backstop, and that'll be strike one. Beneke, of course, has 2 walks on the day so far, and he was battling with a 2-2 count last inning when Andrikopoulos was caught stealing third. This one's blooped out to left, caught by Silverman. Nice tracking job by the shortstop, Andrew Silverman. That could have easily turned into a bloop single to left, but instead it's the first out of the inning. Now up at the plate is the third baseman turned second baseman, Thomas Gallegos. First pitch is in there for strike one. 0-1 the count to Gallegos. The 0-1 pitch, just a bit outside, and he didn't swing. Ball one. 1-1 the count to Gallegos. Pitch. Catches the low corner, strike two. Engelman again back to his attacking ways. 1-2 the count to Gallegos. The pitch, and he bloops this one up, and it's caught by Levin. So a quick 2 outs here. And now the last chance for Reading Black. They've brought in a pinch hitter whose name I do not have. This is number 10 hitting for the catcher, Edward Sanfey. Sanfey, of course, had the lone RBI hit up until last inning, as this first pitch comes in low for ball one. The 1-0 pitch. He swings and fouls this one down the first base side. That'll be strike one. One and one, the count to number 10. Charlie Engelman trying to get the win on the mound here after the big clutch turnaround by Brookline's offense in the top of the 7th. The 1-1 pitch. In there for strike two. Reading Black, the team that was 1 out away from winning this game in the last half inning, is now 1 strike away from falling to Brookline, and number 10 calls a timeout at the plate. He's facing a 1-2 count against Charlie Engelman. Engelman winds and fires. That one comes in low, and he didn't swing. Count now 2-2. Brookline 2, Reading Black 1. Bottom of the 7th, 2 outs, nobody on. The pinch hitter number 10 at the plate facing Charlie Engelman. Pitch from Engelman. He swings and hits a dribbler. It's fouled down the third base line. Two and two, still the count. Engelman winds and fires. He hits it, bloops it out to right, coming in, diving catch. Did he get it? He got it! Nice catch by Ryan Kravitz out in right field to end the game. Brookline comes away with the victory, 2-1. What better way to end a comeback victory than with a diving catch? Some great heroics late in this game by the Brookline players. Sam Polgreen, the offensive hero, with 2 outs and the bases loaded, he slapped the single to left that scored Declan Tracy and Daniel Villa to give Brookline the 2-1 lead and now the 2-1 victory. Charlie Engelman gets the win on the mound after 3 innings of relief work after 4 nice innings from the starter Eli Rothman. And then, of course, Ryan Kravitz gets to put the cherry on top of this little Sunday here with a nice diving catch out in right field to end it. Brookline's undefeated streak remains intact as they improve to 3-0, while Reading Black falls to 0-2. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan, live from Warren Field in Brookline, Massachusetts. Remember to like and subscribe. Feel free to put comments on the video after